This is about the entanglement of the black and white people in the Bible, especially concerning interracial marriages. This is about I'm going to untangle a lot of the entanglement. Untangle it. And for the help with that, I'm calling upon Aset, also known as Isis, wisdom, and a sister, Nethead, also known Nethi, understanding. Now let's go to Numbers, the 25th chapter of Numbers. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. Now, Moab, they claim, according to what the white people, how the white people tried to humiliate us by claiming Lot had ancestral relationship with his daughters, initiated by his daughters. And out of that came the nation of Moab. Now, Moab in present day is Jordan. That whole area, Jordan, was inhabited by black people in those days. So the Bible is written in a way to humiliate us, the way they construe their sentences. As the whole world, as I told you previously, is written against us. And we, not knowing ourselves or knowing others, became confused. White people call themselves men, and we call ourselves men, not knowing the truth of who we really are. In Psalms 82, so-called Jesus said, or someone said, do you know that ye are are gods and the children of the Most High? But ye shall die like men. That means we were not dying like men. So we are gods, not men. So when the Constitution states that all men are created equal, they are talking about themselves because we are not men, we are gods. Of course, there may be some black men among us. That means that we are not the same. There may be some black men, but and they usually are the troublemakers. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Now, when the sons of men went unto the daughters, when the sons of God went into the daughters of men, people are trying to do all kind of mental gymnastics to say Nephilim spirits and from outer space and all kinds of things is what they meant by sons of God, all except the logical. To explain it by the illogical, what is more logical? To say that black males are gods and went unto white women, even back in those days? What's more logical? Or to say that some spirit, Nephilim spirit from outer space came, trying to explain the logical away by illogical thoughts and statements. So know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Well, those gods were asleep even back then to go into white women. But one thing about gods, once the truth hit their mind, they are awoke. But the black men, not so. So there may be some black men, but there are no white gods. There are no white gods. And so by their fruits you shall know them. Those who rape, murder our own people, they are not gods. Those are black men. By their fruits you shall know them. And so-called people, because we think that we are just no different, and they try to have that narrative. We are no different than white men, just the color of the skin. Anybody stupid enough to believe that joke should be banished from the earth. So as for men, so for women. Men means month. It's a prefix of menstrual. Month means moon. So the truth is in front of your face, and you try and explain this with a logical. That's this Bible. There's a truth in it. But there's some truth for black people in the Bible and some for Caucasian. But it has been written and twisted by King James and his cohort, the Masonic people, to twist it around so we would not understand it. But any pastor or people study the Bible, it's hard for them not to see what's in front of their eyes and the tricks that are being made. So we are gods, not men. But they want to trade place with us. There was a movie called Trading Places with Eddie Murphy in it. They have all kinds of signs and messages in the movies, some of the movies they make. Trading places. And they try to trade places with us, knowing that we were asleep and do not know ourselves or others. The same thing, the story of Esau and Jacob, where Jacob tried to steal the birthright of Esau. Esau did not steal Jacob's birthright. And how that's so obvious of what was going on. So how could Hebrew Israelites say white man is Esau? When Esau had the righteous birthright, he had the birthright of the Most High. And Jacob stole that. Huh? That's crazy. So how could they misinterpret so clear of a message? Hmm? We know who we are. And that God of theirs turned them against us. Turn them against us. There's so much in this chapter that would take much. And verse 2, chapter 25, Numbers. And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods. And the people did eat and bow down to their gods. Huh? Huh? And that's what we bow down when we call the days of the week the Caucasian gods in the days of the week. Moon Day, the moon god. Tuesday, the god of the Anglo-Saxons, also Mars. Wednesday, Woden. And it's clear before you that you're calling upon their gods. It's not hidden. What? And I scratch my head and see, that's not hidden. A 2-year-old can realize that. And you call upon their God, Woden, Wednesday, the Anglo-Saxon uh, God up there in the north, also called Mercury, with the Romans. Thursday, Thor, or Jupiter. So we have to change that whole thing in our narrative. Instead of a cycle of 7 days of the week, we will have 9 words of the strong. After the Mizraim Enneads, the Mizraim Enneads. And you see, Earth is not part of their days of the week, because they put the Earth in the center. Mm? So we bow down to their gods, their sense of time. And what do we confuse? Call them Friday or Frita, which is in Rome called Venus, and Saturn, on Saturday, Saturn, the Roman gods, after the planets. They named the gods after the planets, but they named the gods. But the planets is still the planets. They just name them. That doesn't change the attributes of the planets. But we have to see the world in our image and name the days, not the name they gave the so-called gods or the planets. And it's so clear that entanglement that we have with them. And it's so clear how they pushing the home. They know that their time is at the end, have to be at the end now. They push the homosexual agenda. And it's clear, it's not hidden. They in nursery books for children, they're pushing it. Cartoons, Disney cartoons, they're pushing homosexual agenda. The cartoons. Hmm? In front of your face. They had Obama as a troll to try to push that homosexual agenda in Africa. Clearly, oh my goodness. I mean, things happen so clearly, it's not hidden. And now they know their days are at the end. They're pushing, they're pushing into marriage. Clear in a commercial. It's not hidden. That's why I'm so angry, because it's not hidden. What ignorant person could not see what they are doing, and why are they doing it? My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. How come in 1967 they changed the laws of miscegenation, do away with it? You think that was progress for black people? Oh my goodness. And at the same time, they let a lot of immigrants, black immigrants in the 60s. They said God was dead during the 60s. During the 60s. And that's when they started opening up borders so black immigrants could come in. It used to be critical then, a very few handful. of black immigrants from the Caribbean before 1965, and none, almost hardly, very few from Africa. But they have an agenda, and they have it with this Kamala Harris. They had it with Obama. Mhm. And it is clear. It's not going to be you have a very high IQ to see what's in front of your face, to read the Bible, this Masonic book, and their interpretation, and not realize what it's about. I'm not Masonic, but it is clear. Oh, if you just open up your eyes, I don't know what in the world today could be more clearer. There are some mysteries, sure. What are they doing? What kind of witchcraft they're using? And there are some mysteries, a lot of mystery, but just the simple, basic things. It's no mystery. They are right in front of your eyes, and you're looking at them and don't know what you're seeing. That's a hypnotic spell. But what put us in that hypnotic spell? The Bible explains all of it. Only way we could get out of it is the truth. Now, there's some people come on the internet, YouTube, telling half truth. They come and they attract people with their half truth, the part that is true, to attract them and to listen to them, and then talk about black males are dusty. And they try to get women to come on this. These are women who try to get other women, black, really goddess. I say woman because that's what our understanding would. Our understanding now is at that level. We still don't see the difference between ourselves and Caucasian people. They try to say it's just a construct. What in the? Do you want to slap somebody? My goodness. I mean, shucks. Now, I'm 80 years old, and there's some things you can pull over my eyes, but a few things you cannot. Now, we see what is very clear and what is obvious to someone with eyes and the minimum of understanding. The minimum. And what is swirlers? It cannot be God, goddess, or God. There was God, like I said, the sons of God went up into the children of men. That was black males. I don't call them men, because they were gods. If they was the son of God, that make them gods. Huh? So that make them gods. And they said the children of men. That's because you do not know ourselves and you do not know others. Elijah Muhammad opened your eyes to a lot of the truth, a clear truth, a lot of it. I didn't say all of it, but I said a lot of it, the basic part of it, the most important part. He opened your eyes because he was made of God. He was resurrected. He was resurrected to an extent. He was resurrected. And so, somebody spent 3 years, he spent 3 years that are master masons from the white people, spent 3 years to resurrect Elijah Muhammad. So he told you lots of the truth. I don't know if they did that as an experiment to see if black people will wake up or just, I don't know. Anyway, he was resurrected. Why they allow that, I don't know. But it was. And he told much of the truth, clear truth. Those who know, I know the truth and have that wisdom, and they try to keep wealth away from me. That a hypnotic spell to keep wealth away from me, thinking that if they keep wealth away from me, I will not do anything useful with the truth that I do know. But they are a lie. That case has been lifted, wealth or without wealth. They did not expect the world to be how it is today with the internet and so forth. And there's other ways. If it wasn't the internet, I could be in the street preacher. But because a lot of those preachers and ministers are from the Mason, just as a lot of the African leaders. It is clear. It's not no secret. The president of Gabon is Mason, or from the Orient, really. That's the French equivalent to the Masons. Orient, they call it. Macron is one of the people in that Orient, equivalent to Masonic order. Macron is part of that, for the French president Macron. And Gabon. And they don't even hide the fact. Gabon say that he is the head of the so-called Masonic order. I say from the Orient, but equivalent, not to get it confused, is to say call it Masonic also. But they do different sides of the same coin. And it's no secret. He even brag about it. Oh my. He brag about it. And you know, Sakara from Burkina Faso, they killed him and put his friend, I don't know if it was Masonic or made Masonic after, but it's no secret. It's Masonic, Burkina Faso. He had his friend killed or ran along. I don't know if he killed him. It's no secret. And Ghana, the ex-president of Ghana, even write a book about his life as a Mason, about Masonry. I believe he's still alive, but he's the top Masonic, a black Masonic person in the English Masonic organization. And these are no secret. No secret. My goodness. And even the Prince Hall, a couple of years ago, I think if it was last year, they went, so I forgot the West African country, to dedicate a lodge. Prince Hall Masons dedicated a lodge in one of the smaller West African country. I forgot the name. I may have been Benin. I'm not sure. A small town. And the head of I don't know what lodge state he was in, but he was a heavy man. He was like Holly Walk. At one time, they didn't accept people that was crippled into their leagues like that. But it's a big man, Holly Walk. He's one of the Master Masons or something like that, one of the largest. And this happened a year or two ago. And Buzz Osborne, he planted a lodge on the moon what's it called? Buzz Aldrin. He was the first people they sent to the moon was someone from the Masonic order, Buzz Aldrin, and it's no secret. They have it out there that he planted a lodge, a flag of the lodge of his lodge on the moon, and these are no secret. Oh my goodness, these things are right in front of you. And I think last year they tried to send some missiles around to the moon, sun. I don't know what kind of witchcraft they have in the call it interspace travel. Trying to send some. They said it is to monitor the sun wave and all like that. It kept me quiet though, and all the not missiles, but whatever they call it, the moon probe or and sun probe, and they even have debris in Saturn. They crashed. Oh, they crashed a missile or the probe within the Saturn ring of Saturn. So there's some debris is in the rings of Saturn from the space exploration. They lit in up space. And those things, these are the basic things. I'm telling you, that's shocking. And what about what we do not know? That's more secret. And now this Jeffrey Epstein and Weinstein with kids and children, and the half is not even told. They killed that Epstein. And they talk about Pizzagate, that was shut up. They have Clinton involved with Jeffrey Epstein and so forth. These are things that's in front of your face, that's not hidden. Think about what is hidden. Wow. And people still don't wake up. They see with their eyes and hear with their ear. It's shocking me. Ah, and people don't realize what's obvious. That's what we have to call upon our set and a sister Nepet. And they say, oh, dear, those are gods. Those are attributes of the universe. Wisdom is an attribute. It's an attribute. Wisdom. You're afraid of wisdom? You're afraid of understanding? That's what you call Osset and her sister. And it's in the book of Proverbs, saying the principle, wisdom is the principal thing. And they call it, it's a feminine. They call in the book of Proverbs feminine. It's in the I say the principal thing is wisdom. And if all you're getting, get understanding. And they call that aha, wisdom, and a sister, like Mary and Elizabeth. Those are attributes in that context. So you're afraid of not understanding they know not. And you'll try to make the Bible some kind of, I don't know what they're trying to make it. But this book, it's twisted too, but common sense will tell you what they mean by it. And King James was the king in 1619 when our ancestors, 23 of our ancestors, came from England. They try to say they came from England, but they're not sure. Was sent here in 1619. King James was the same king who had it was Masonic, who had Sir Francis Bacon to interpret the Bible in the Masonic version of the Bible. They call it King James Version. It's a Masonic version. I said, this is a Masonic version of Common Bible. They say King James Version. And he had, my goodness, time to wake up that head. Wake it up. So you shall know the truth. And it's clear in front of your eyes. And there's so much more going on in the Bible. But I would have to be every day. I think I'm going to start doing that and then talk, instead of talking about gossip, but was only if something very important is going on. I'm going to have to go through this Bible to let you see that. And it wasn't not only the Bible, but common sense. You know what melanin do, and yet you try to bleach your melanin out. Oh my goodness. That's it for today. That's it. That's it. That's it.